What is up, guys? I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about what is one of my favorite Call of Duties. I think one of the best campaigns in a Call of Duty. And one of my favorite Call of Duties is World at War. I think it came out like 2008, something like that. I'm not really sure. But, so first, there's going to be three categories: campaign, zombies, and multiplayer. And each part's going to be like a little video. So the video is going to be about the campaign. And sorry I don't have any World at War footage. I sold my PlayStation 3 and all that stuff. I don't have it on PC yet, so I can't get any footage to you. So this is just the new Modern Warfare. But anyways, so yeah, let's get started. So with the campaign, let's first talk about the Pacific theater of the campaign, which is the Americans and Japanese. And let's compare against the World War II, the new one that came out. So first, I want to say the Pacific campaign. It is honestly the entire campaign of World at War is just gritty and unsettling and very like dark, I could say. It doesn't care at all about like what you think is right and stuff like that. It just throws you in there. It tells like a realistic depiction of what happened in the World War II. But the new COD World War II, it's kind of lighthearted. I don't want to say it is lighthearted because there's some not lighthearted parts, but a lot of it is lighthearted. They try to make comedy in it, and it just doesn't really fit in well with there. And it's kind of like that one-man army thing. You're just mowing down endless soldiers with no names, and nothing. And it's okay. Like I'll play through it once, but it's not. There's nothing memorable about it. There is nothing memorable about the game at all, in my opinion. But World at War, there are so many memorable things about it. Like just the scenes. The scenes like there's amazing. Like when you first start playing, when you have to attack the first mission, I think it's called like Sempa Fe, something like that. I'm probably butchering the name a lot, but you have to attack a thing, and you're just walking down you're walking down a road, and there's a clearing. So okay, and then you get blinded, and you're like, oh okay, and then a bunch of Japanese soldiers and ghillies pop out of nowhere and like start like bayoneting you and just start stabbing you, and it's brutal. Like you're like you actually feel for like, or I don't know if you guys felt like this, but when I played, I felt sad for like the soldiers that died. And I'm like the soldiers on our side. But yeah, it was just very like dark, I guess, and it's like it just kind of put in that mindset they could be anywhere. And there's another moment where another soldier walks up to a statue, and there's a little what I would say is a rope with like a hole in it, and he gets caught up in the rope and it gets exploded, and it's like comes out of nowhere. You don't really expect it or anything like that, and it just comes out of nowhere. And that really surprised me. Like I was not prepared for that at all. And um also with the Pacific War, there's just so many great characters. Like I think Commander or like Captain Roebuck, something like that. He's one of my favorites. And like in the second or third mission, I want to say it's the third. I don't know, but you're doing a beach landing on a Japanese island. I can't remember what it's called. And at the very end, you guys secure this old bunker. You secure a bunker, like this whole headquarters outpost place. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a Japanese soldier busts down the door and literally stabs the dude you think is like kind of the main character. He's like a pretty important character. She's like, oh, he won't really die. But out of nowhere, he just gets stabbed and dies, and you're just like, dang. And the cinematics, like before the game starts, like before the levels, it's like watching a movie. It is so well put together, and that I don't know. I just really liked it. It was so well put together. I'd find myself watching the entire cinematic without even skipping it. But like in these Call of Duty games, I just skip the cinematics, play the campaign, and get done with it. And the gunplay, I think the gunplay is very well. I think it fits the timeline and all that stuff. The levels, they're pretty fun. Like it is kind of a one-man army thing, but then they also do it with like the surprisingness of enemies jumping out, and you have to kind of push up with your squad and stuff like that. So it's less like running gun action and more of like you gotta watch your every move. And so yeah, I just think it's great for the Pacific, and we haven't talked about like half of this, which is the Russian and German side. This is the only side that World War II put out, which was really bothering me. I really wanted the Pacific Theater, campaign too, but they World War II, the new COD, only came out with the German front with the Americans fighting, but the Russians and Germans front on World at War, it was like you could tell there's hatred on both sides. Like it was bad. Like it was it's not bad, but it was great. And oh, sorry about that clip, guys. But anyways, it was so great. It was just like the first mission, you're in a fountain and big people are being shot while like they're completely defenseless on the ground. I just thought it was amazing. I mean, okay, not them getting shot, but I just thought like the opening trailer was so like just smacked you in the face. Didn't really care. And then you have to crawl around and you meet Reznov, which is also lying around. And then you have to snipe some dudes. You have to make your way through the city stealthily. And you get into a 1v1 shootout with a sniper in a building, and you have to try locate him and kill him before he can kill you. And I just thought that was fun because it just made me very like, I don't know, it was like made me very rushed because I'm like, oh, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And it was just, I don't know, I thought it was really cool. And then you have to go around, you find some of your, I guess, friendlies, and then you go assassinate a high value target. And then when you try to escape, you just get blown up. Like you just get blown up. And honestly, after that, I thought like, yeah, this is like the Reznov's dude last time being in this game, considering it happened on the American front. It was just, and then I don't know. But then there was like scenes where you could just see like Soviet troops, like, you know, just gunning down defenseless Germans, stuff like that. And then there was also really good historic accuracy. Like the last maps of the Russian campaign were the best. Because like the last two though, the ending of it was so great. How you have to attack the high government building, you have to storm it, take out all the cannons, and then you just see like all like these mass genocides. There's like people hanging from trees and stuff like that. And it makes you like really think about it instead of just like, oh, World War II is bad. Yeah, it really just makes you think about it, and it really just involves you in history. Like it just really wants to make you involved with history. And yeah, at the very end, the last one, you're making your way up the building. And when you're making your way up the building, the very last second when you jump out, when you're about to do the flag, like this completely caught me off guard. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a German soldier just jumps out with a machete and like slices you, and you're like, you're pretty badly hurt. And then Reznov kills him, but you're like, dang, you're pretty badly hurt. And you put down the flag on top of the can't even think of the name, like the government building, like the Rheinstop, something like that. But it's just, I don't know, I just thought it was amazing. And then the last level of the American side, when Private McMillan and like Sergeant Roebuck, I think those are names, I don't know for sure. When they're searching three Japanese soldiers, the Japanese soldiers start attacking them, and it's not really like one of those decisions like, oh, who do you want to save? Press X to save so and so, press Y to save so and so. It's not that. It's like, oh yeah, you shoot one of the soldiers, and the soldiers you don't shoot, they kill either McMillan or Roebuck. Sorry, I don't know if I'm saying those names right, but they either kill one of those two. And I remember playing that the first time. I thought I messed up. I used to have to go fast. I don't know if you can go fast or not, but I just remember being a little bit younger, not knowing that, and like I went and replayed it trying to save both of them, like 6 to 7 times, and it's not even a fun part of the mission because I had to go to the last checkpoint, all that stuff, redo the entire game. But I was so like involved with the characters, like I liked the characters, how they were set up, that I went back into the game or restarted the last checkpoint and just kept on trying to play and play, try to get him back and lose again, and do this like 6 to 7 times. That's when you know that you've made good characters. And shoot. And yeah, I just thought it was really good. The story, like, it's still like, it's not something where it's like, you know, the main characters are untouchable, or you know, like, yeah, these characters aren't gonna die, which is kind of annoying when you're playing a game. You're like, oh yeah, you know these people aren't gonna die, but then it's like, oh, it's like when it gets into, you know, a quick time event, oh, you have to save this dude's life. Well, you know he's not gonna die, so I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't really create any stress. But in World at War, it creates stress. But like in World War II, the new COD, yeah, like the dude gets captured by the Germans, but like I don't want to say like I didn't really care for him, but I didn't really like feel like I was extremely upset about it. Like I wanted him back in the game. So it was, I don't know, like, yeah, I was happy that we found him, but I wasn't, like, overjoyed. And I don't think because only one person died, I think. I think only one person died. Or not died, but one person got, like, captured. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. I just thought the World War II did a really good job on, like, just shocking you immediately. Like, the shock value wasn't that great. And also, for the, darn, I can't remember the name. Like World at War, the shock value is pretty good. Like it just does it so well. And yeah, I feel like and also the Russian side, there was a part where I really like because it's actually really historic and it's true what happened. So when the Germans decided to flood the subways when you were assaulting the subways, they actually like because in the game they flood the subways to kill soldiers, and the thing I thought was really cool is the Germans actually did that. It just adds that historic value to it, and I just thought it was really cool that they would add something historic like that. And I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. And then there's a part where some dude was I can't remember, it was like the flag carrier he didn't really talk that much, but there was a point at the flag carrier was like, you know, carrying a Bible, and Reznov goes up and takes it, and he's like, who's gonna win this war? This book, or like I'd say, I can't remember what it was. You can probably look it up, but it was it was a great quote. And then like you don't really know the character that much, but then right at the end of the second to last mission for the Russians, he gets burnt up and you have to carry the flag on, and you feel like, you know, you have a duty to like protect it, not protect it, but like carry on what he is supposed to do. And you weren't really attached to the character, but you felt really bad when you died, and that's when you know you make great characters, is when people feel bad when characters die, when you don't really even talk to them at all, or you don't interact with them in game. So yeah, I just wanted to say that it was like really the character development was great. Like they had great characters you could like feel like upset for if they died or stuff like that, and you like kind of stuck there. You're just like, dang, like you're just kind of hard to believe that they're just gone like that, and you just got really like appreciate like the sole people that like fought in wars instead of just like the one-man army thing where you're killing like hundreds and hundreds of nameless soldiers. It's more of like, I don't know, I feel like it's more symbolic. But yeah, so honestly, to give this campaign, probably could have 9.5. Best campaign by far. Had amazing quotes, amazing levels. It was replayable, and it had yeah, I just had the best characters, the best shock value. So I give it a 9.5 out of 10, which is a lot. And so thank you guys for subscribing or watching this video. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want the zombies or multiplayer video next. And see you in the next video. Bye.